Hey, Richard Bryce here, tennis hacker. In this video, I'm working on trying to deal with hard, flat shots on my one-handed backhand. Now, I'm naturally a right-handed player, but unfortunately, I injured my collarbone in a mountain bike crash, so now I'm having to relearn to play left-handed. And this is one of the shots that I'm trying to add to my game, because when people attack your one-handed backhand, especially if it's hard and it's flat and it's deep, it could be a really tricky shot to deal with. So I want to show you some of my practice and what I'm working on and explain how I'm thinking about it to hopefully give you some ideas of things that you can work on within your practice. Hopefully you enjoy the video. If you do, it would be much appreciated if you could give me a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel before, it always really helps me out if you could do that as well. One of the key things when people attack your one-handed backhand with power is obviously going to be an early preparation and trying to get your feet in the right place so you can get behind the ball and redirect it. So that's really what I'm focusing on here. The first part of that is going to be the split step. So trying to have a nice wide split step to provide a stable base to move off as quickly as possible. Now obviously when you're playing an opponent, you're going to be trying to time the split step so that you land just after they make contact. But here with the ball machine, I can't do that. So I'm just trying to time it as best I can, but really focus on the width of the split step. The next thing I'm working on is trying to get a really good quality, quick unit turn to finalize the preparation, but also trying to stay low throughout the whole shot. So as I land from the split step, I'm doing a drop step with my right foot, but I'm trying to stay nice and low as I drive out to the ball. So if it skids off the court, I'm still able to get my racket kind of lined up with things to help redirect it. Next, we're going to talk about the biomechanics and the timing. But before we do, I want to let you know about a free training that I've created to show you the exact steps that I've used to become a 4.5 player with my left hand. So it's going to teach you how I analyze strokes and structure my practice to continually improve. And it's also going to explain how to do brain-based training off the court to improve your eye to hand and eye to foot coordination. Because if you want to play higher level tennis, you have to see and you have to move like a higher level tennis player. So I continually try and improve those within my own game, and it's something that I highly recommend you do if you want to become a much better player. So I'll place a link to the class down in the description so you can check that out if you're interested. So let's take a look at the biomechanics and the timing. Now this is a shot that's been hit with pace by my opponent, so I don't need to try and hit it hard myself. I just need to get behind the ball. I need to use good mechanics and just redirect it, and it's automatically going to be a powerful shot because I'm just redirecting and using my opponent's power. So the idea is that we have that good quality preparation to set things up. So it's getting a good unit turn done quickly. So you can see I've got a nice unit turn there. My pelvis is pointing that way. My upper body is rotated a little bit further back than the pelvis. The other thing that's going on as part of this preparation, so yes, I'm staying low, but I'm really loading this back and outside leg. So for me, as a left-hander, it's my right leg. For you as a right-hander, that's going to be your left leg. But it's that leg that initiates the swing, because I'm then going to drive through that leg. So I'm driving this leg into the ground and thinking about my hip coming forwards. And as I do that, I'm starting the racket drop into the slot position. So we're into the slot position there with the strings facing mostly towards the back fence. But then it's all about the timing. I want to make contact with the ball out in front of the body. So it is, when do you drive through that right leg and start the racket drop and forward swing in relationship to where the ball is. So you can see how far the ball is away now. It's just kind of coming onto the screen. I'm driving through the hip and then hopefully making a nice clean contact out in front. So we want the efficient biomechanics. We're trying to drive through the hip, followed by the torso, and as we're driving through the hip, we're pulling into the slot position, and then we're pulling the racket through to contact, but we want all of the work done by the time we make contact with the ball. So I'm not, at this point here, I'm not really applying too much muscular force. I've done that already, and now I'm just kind of throwing the racket at the ball. So the last foot or so, I'm just throwing the racket at the ball to hopefully make contact in a relatively ideal position and redirect it. Okay, so we've covered a few different pieces, but my main focus is the preparation, trying to get a fast unit turn and stay as low as I can through the preparation and then throughout the shot. And then, of course, adding on to that, trying to get efficient timing, meet the ball out in front of that so I can redirect the ball and use my opponent's pace against them. But for you, it's a case of working out where things are going on in your stroke and prioritizing fixing underlying problems. So you might need to deal with some of the same things that I'm working on, or potentially you might have a different priority. But you just got to record yourself, work out where it's going wrong, and then focus on that. If you have any questions about the things that I've gone through, leave me a comment down below. And also, I just want to quickly remind you about that free training that I've created for you. Tennis is all about eye to hand and eye to foot coordination. The reason that most players can't play tennis at the level that they want, the reason they can't use the high level techniques that they want to be able to use, is because they're not skillful enough. It's just the reality of the situation. But using brain-based training, you can improve your level of skill. So if you really want to improve your game and become a higher level tennis player, it's something I highly recommend checking out, and that's down in the description for you. Okay, I'll catch you next time.